Live from Southwest Florida's
Stand by camera
news
one.
leader. This is Wink News.
Anchors mics, soft cue.
Our top story this half hour, a major law enforcement
News 2
operation
in
focused
C.
on keeping your children safe.
Polk County deputies busted 18 men in an undercover
Just
child
off.
predator
Stand by
sting.
News 3 at the
This
top with
video
sound and
just
super for
released.
Sheriff Grady.
It shows the men showing up at home.
Stand by News 3.
Certainly not expecting to go to jail.
News 3 sound up, tank.
These freaks.
Stand by
and
camera
these
5,
deviants
runs 11 seconds,
are
of the
looking
sickest
for
the
our
out.
children every day.
Stand by camera
online.
5.
We focused on the very sickest of
Anchors
the sick.
mics, take 5.
Wink News anchor
Go
Amanda
5.
Hall is here now.
Stand by camera
Amanda,
2.
One of these men is from Southwest Florida.
Go
That's right.
2.
One of the men is
Okay.
from Naples. This operation is called Operation April Fools.
Stand
Polk
by
County
Viz
deputies
2,
say some
clean.
of the suspects brought candy, condoms, and drugs when they showed up
Already
at
Viz.
home to have sex with children.
Okay.
Deputies say 33-year-old
News 1
Larry
was sounding
Trahern
super.
from Naples
Or actually
thought
clean,
he was
excuse
meeting
me.
a 14-year-old
Go
girl.
clean to the bite, since we're
After
okay.
questioning,
Sheriff Grady.
detectives found a loaded handgun in his car. Trahern has 5 prior felonies, including arrest for attempted first-degree murder. The Polk County
Stand by
Sheriff
News 1
says it
with
didn't
sound
take
clean.
much to get these suspected sexual
News 1 sound
predators
up.
to come out.
Take News 1. Runs 30 seconds.
Undercover detectives went
14-year-old
to a
girl is
mat
the out. Amanda will tag on camera 2 with her
pretending to be
name.
a 14-year-old girl. He simply showed a empty
20 seconds.
chair on a beach and said spring break and nothing to do. Within minutes,
10 seconds.
freaks,
14-year-old girl.
deviants
Stand by camera 2
had
tag with her name.
downloaded body part pictures
Stand by.
to what they believed was a 14-year-old girl.
Take my cue, Amanda.
5 suspects.
Thunder camera
told
3 effects,
detectives
clean
they were
next.
married.
Turn up on camera 3,
The youngest
please.
arrested
Wait
was
till it's there.
19. They have a combined arrest history of 24 previous
by
felonies
3 effects.
and 24 previous misdemeanors. Amanda Hall, Wink News, now.
My cue, Chris.
Amanda, thank you.
Okay.
All new tonight at 5. The
Stand by
Pinellas
Viz
County
3,
School
clean.
District is in the middle of a civil rights investigation.
Okay.
The U.S. Department of Education tells Wink News they're looking into whether the district is discriminating against
Senator
African
camera
American
1.
children.
Senator clean
The
next.
investigation will
Or we'll
focus
go right
on
to camera
whether
1, Senator
Pinellas
clean
is
next. I'll get you
denying
the
black
script.
children access to the courses, special programs, and extracurricular activities that they need to be successful in high school and after graduation. If it finds problems that aren't fixed by the district, the agency can
Stand by
take
camera
away
1.
federal funding or refer it to the Department of Justice to investigate.
Okay. Stand by News 2
New
with
developments
super.
on Wink News. Police in Central
Ready,
Florida
News 2.
arrested a woman for boating under the influence following a boat crash in Maitland.
Take News 2.
Police say that the boat belongs to
Thunder to
Florida
camera
State
3 with the
Senator
monitor
David
clean next.
Simmons, and that his ex-wife's
Thunder VO News
sister
3
was
with
the one
super.
driving. Senator Simmons was
Looking
not on
ahead,
the boat.
Nobles will
His
be in
18-year-old
PRD4,
daughter suffered a
PRD4
broken
for
femur,
Nobles.
but should be okay. The other 2 people on board, though, are in critical
Stand by camera
condition.
3.
That is
Go
quite a
3.
crash. New right
Stand by
now,
News
Sarasota
3 with
State
super.
troopers are investigating a disturbing
Ready, News 3.
Instagram photo.
Okay.
Troopers say the teenager that you see here took a picture smiling in front of a wrecked Volvo with the words RIP
Viz
Volvo
2,
and that
clean
little
next.
smiley emoji you see there. That teen was involved in the crash. The man driving that Volvo, Robert Druellis, lost his life. FHP says he crashed into the back of the teen's car while driving on I-95.
Stand by Viz 2.
Last check, the boy's Instagram account had been deactivated.
What?
A Putnam sheriff's deputy who died while on a fishing trip
News
with her
1.
boyfriend will
What's
be laid
Super
to
Lois's
rest on
mic next?
Thursday. Wildlife officials say they're performing a toxicology test now to see if alcohol played a role. New tonight, we're learning Deputy Brandy Smith's boyfriend was the one who called 911. Smith was thrown from her boat after they hit a marker buoy on the St. Johns River on Friday.
Stand by News 1.
Her body was found on Saturday morning.
White News 1.
New details to a story Wink News
Thunder
broke
212
at 5
clean next, then
yesterday.
Chris turn to
Today,
camera
investigators
3
from the National Transportation
with the
Safety
monitor.
Board started its investigation into a deadly tourist helicopter crash. Rescue crews on scene say all 5 people on board were killed when it crashed just before 4 in the afternoon. No homes or people on the
Stand by camera
ground
2.
were injured.
They're up.
New details on Wink News. Corruption revealed
Stand by camera 3 with the
leak
monitor.
of
We gotta
the
push on 3
so-called
for this
Panama
lead, please.
Papers is
Truck
now
left
linked
at
to
the camera a little
Miami's
bit.
luxury real estate boom.
Those Panama Papers
Stand by
exposed
camera
how
3.
the rich and powerful are hiding cash in offshore accounts.
Turn, take, go
Miami
3.
Herald
Stand by
reports
Viz
8
2,
foreign
clean.
companies linked in the documents to bribery,
Stand by Viz.
embezzlement, and tax evasion have made all-cash condo buys
Okay.
in Miami. Iceland's
Stand
prime
by
minister
News
just
2
resigned over the
with
allegations
super.
in the documents.
Take News 2.
Right now, Wink News reporter Don Dale
Package in
tells
News
us
3
that
next with
several other
sound.
world
Continued
leaders
super.
are
We'll dissolve
under
into
fire.
it. News 3 sound out. Dissolve.
Iceland's prime
Once
minister
119 standard
resigned
out.
Tuesday amid
Camera 3
protests
center clean to
and
tag.
pressure, days after he was named in the Panama Papers investigations. He's one of a dozen current or former heads of state who who allegedly stashed away wealth and evaded taxes through offshore accounts. When journalists pressed the Prime Minister last month about reportedly selling a company in the
What's in
British
the
Virgin
package?
Islands to his wife,
Camera 3
for
center clean the
$1,
tag.
he walked out of the interview. The reports also implicate Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko, who could face impeachment proceedings after the leaked documents show how the U.S.-backed leader registered an offshore company on the same day scores of Ukrainian forces were killed during a pro-Russian offensive in 2014. The law firm at the center of the leak, Mossack Fonseca, specializes in offshore
30.
finances. Hundreds of reporters spent more than a year examining nearly 4 decades worth of files. The documents show while Russia was subject to U.S. sanctions after it annexed Crimea,
You can type up in a camera
close
3
associates
that
of
was there.
Vladimir Putin allegedly ran a multi-billion-dollar money laundering
10 seconds,
ring.
standard out.
Right now, no Americans have been named in the investigation, but
5.
the Department of Justice is reviewing the reports.
Stand by camera
Don
3.
Taylor, CBS News, New York.
Take Mikey, Chris.
The Panama
Campaign
Papers
opportunities
scandal
1 at
is
the top
largely
clean.
ignored in Russia, where
Lowest
state
pixel 30
television
next.
has chosen
Stand by
not
News
to
1
give
clean.
airtime
Track
to
Thunder.
the controversy.
Switching to Wink News
News one
Campaign
is up.
Central, there's new developments over charges filed against
Stand
Donald
by
Trump's
Viz 2,
campaign manager
clean.
for this video. You see right there, it looks like he grabs her away from Donald Trump. Reporter Michelle Fields took to Twitter after Trump told Fox News,
Stand by Viz
quote,
2.
maybe I should file charges for her grabbing me.
Take.
Fields said on Twitter,
Camera
insane.
tag this.
Trump
Viz.
knows I
Clean
didn't do
next.
this,
With the
continues
monitor.
to lie and lie
Ready, camera
and
1.
lie.
Take.
Trump aide
Let's turn to
Corey
camera 2,
Lewandowski
clean.
is now charged with battery.
Tied up
The
on camera
incident
2, please.
happened after a news conference in Palm
Ready,
Beach
camera
last
2.
month.
Turn take. Stand by
It's
camera
primary
1.
day in
Crystal Walker to Mont
Wisconsin, and
C.
wins here have become
With Purity
crucial
4.
for all the presidential candidates.
We're just
Stand by
about
camera
4
1.
hours from polls closing now, and the respective frontrunners are on both sides are looking at potential
1.
losses
Take.
tonight. Wink News political
Stand by
correspondent
Purity
Ryan
4,
Noble is live in
full.
Washington. And Ryan, help us with what we might see tonight.
Take a full.
Well, Chris, we're
They'll roll the
expecting
package
it
back
to
up in
be
2.
a good night for both
Super
Ted
off the
Cruz
top.
and Bernie Sanders. They are the front runners in the polls, but that doesn't mean there won't be some opportunities for victories for the other candidates on the ballot. The polls show that Ted Cruz
Skipping
is
it back up.
surging.
Donald's
in
at 12. He'll
Wisconsin.
be quick,
God
though.
bless the great state of Wisconsin.
Once 118,
That
their
isn't
nominee is
stopping
the
Donald
out.
Trump from
We had a
aggressively
live book with Noble's
campaigning
tags
and
and
predicting
box of
victory
Chris on
there.
3 or
We
4
could have a
questions.
big surprise tonight, folks. Big surprise.
The final vote total
Going
will
to
only be
K6
part of the story
41.
in Wisconsin.
It'll be
Every
quick.
candidate running has a shot at winning delegates tonight. For Republicans, 18 of the state's 42 delegates will be awarded to the winner of the state, and 3 delegates each to the winner of the state's 8 congressional districts. That means even John Kasich, who is expected to finish 3rd overall, could win a congressional district and pick up 3 delegates.
We have focused in the areas where we think we have a good chance. A large part of the state doesn't know me.
The Democrats will award 86
Sanders
delegates
is at
proportionally
104.
based on the overall
30 left in the
vote.
package. Their
That
nominee
means
is
even
the
if Bernie
out. What a
Sanders
live book
wins,
one.
he will need to do so by a
tag.
big margin to break into Hillary Clinton's significant delegate lead. Regardless, Sanders is telling his supporters that he still has a chance to win the nomination.
Don't tell her this. But I think we win here, we win in New York State, we're on our way to the White House.
10
no
seconds.
matter what, the Wisconsin vote will be important, with the results
5.
playing a major role
Stand by
in
your
who
live
both
bug.
parties ultimately choose as their nominee.
And there
After
he
the
is.
vote in Wisconsin,
We'll box it with
the
camera 3
attention
next.
will turn to
For
New
the question.
York. That is a deeply
They'll have
blue
VO for
state.
the response
The voters there rarely
with
get
Super.
any attention from presidential
Standby
candidates.
boxes.
Some of the candidates have already visited the Empire State. Those visits will
Chris is mine.
only increase after
Take
the vote
boxes.
is complete tonight in Wisconsin. Chris?
Stand
And
by.
Ryan, I understand the president
34
weighed
full.
in on the presidential race today. What did he have to say?
Take him full.
Yeah, this isn't the first time that President
They'll have
Obama
VO
has
with
talked
Super
about
here.
the candidates for president, and he actually
President
took a few
Obama.
shots at the Republican frontrunners. Take a listen.
Oh, it's a bite. Okay.
I've been very clear earlier that I am getting questions constantly from foreign leaders about some of the wackier.
He'll tag out and
suggestions
they'll
that
box
are
that for a
being
thing because they move on to the T's. T's we news 3,
made. I do
Jim
have to
news 1.
emphasize that it's not just Mr. Trump's proposals. I mean, you're also hearing concerns about Mr. Cruz's proposals.
So this shows us that President Obama will not hesitate
to get into the fray when it comes to the race to replace him. But it's also
Standby
important
boxes.
to keep in mind that if you're Donald Trump or Ted Cruz and you're trying to win the Republican nomination, it probably doesn't anger you all that much that the Democratic current president
Take
is
boxes.
attacking you.
The one you curse every day?
Yeah, that's probably not
No.
at the top of the list right now. All right.
Standby
Brian,
News 3
thank
off the
you.
top.
We'll have the results at 10 and 11 here on Wink News as they come in.
Easy please.
Should
News 3 is
manatees
up.
come
News
off the
for Jimmy the Key with a one clean
species
next.
list? We'll tell you how you can
Stand by
weigh in on
Jim.
this discussion coming up all new right after this break.
Take my cue.
Still planning on some
News
rain
1
on
off the top with
Thursday,
Lois is
then
Mike
some
and Super
cooler
next.
air by the weekend.
Pretty News
Details
1.
are next.
Take my cue.
And the production of medical
Stand by,
marijuana
Master.
is underway in the Sunshine State. Wink News explains why these growers don't want their locations revealed. Just ahead.
Roy server. Fade to black. 3:05 in the break. Good block. Good job with that bump. Adrian, look good.